Hello, and welcome. My name is MiniBetrayal, and this is Factorio 1 per minute, episode 1. We've got a brand new opening title sequence, and a brand new series for you today. This series we are going to build a factory, or build a bus actually, capable of producing one of every item in the game each and every minute. So, I'm not starting off from scratch. I am continuing where I left off in my main Factorio series. If you haven't watched that, here's a little of what you missed. And now moving on to 1 per minute. So, I have cleared out a little space here. There was previously a stone deposit of 5-point-something million there. I've gotten rid of that. I kind of cheated. I downloaded the ore eraser, I think the mod is called, and just erased it, plus a couple of other little single patches of coal that are apparently I missed a couple, but yeah, ones like that, 28 coal, it's not worth going for. So I just got rid of most of them, if not all of them apparently. Today we are going to get started with a train station. One of everything per minute takes an awful lot of resources, so we're going to bring them in by train. And what I've decided is that I'm actually going to keep 2 train networks, one for the old base and one for the new 1 per minute base, separate. They may cross over each other from time to time, but they will be independent train networks. So the other train network has double-headed trains and this kind of station, so they can pull in, pull out. To help differentiate them, I am going to have single-headed trains and rail loops in the new network. So let's get started with that. We'll have this new network come right next to this one, and because we need so much stuff coming in, what I'm actually going to do is, at least near this part of the base where all the trains are coming, I'm going to have 2 lanes going each way. So if I just extend this out a little bit, like that. Just come down to there. Okay. They will look something a little bit like this. So we'll have them still going the same direction, so it's still clockwise. It'll look like this. Okay, so that will be my basic rail unit. Okay, so that's going to be our main backbone. Now, as for the station, I'm going to have like an omni station, an omni unloader. So I want all the trains. I'm going to get rid of this signalling bit here. Now these come up from south, and they want to cross over those rails. Okay, I think this will work. So what I've done here is I've still got my 2 lanes on the left going up, 2 lanes on the right coming down, and a dog barking apparently. Don't know if the mic will pick that up, probably. So if this lane wants to turn into the station, then it just turns in across here. Similarly for this lane on the rightmost, can just turn in straight like that. This lane will merge into this one first, and then turn down. And similarly over here, this lane will merge into this one and then turn down. So at various points around, what I'll do is I'll have like rail crosses like this, with signals in it somewhere. That will mean trains can hop back between lanes if they need to, so that should avoid everything getting blocked. As for like chain signals and stuff, I think this works. That one should be a chain signal to prevent trains coming in from this lane, stopping here, and in fact that should be a chain signal as well. Yes, I think. Similarly on this side, that one and that one should be chain signals. Should I have one here? Yes, and there as well. I'm not sure these two are necessary. I'll put one there. And where's the equivalent on this side? I don't know. If it gets blocked up, I'll go fix it. Anyway, we now have trains coming in. So now I want to build like a parking area. My reason for this will hopefully become clear before too long. So if I have that coming out like that, so oops, too far. Okay, let's copy that. So ran out of rails, but I prepared. So all my trains will come into this area and park here. Then each one will come out and have a train station. Doesn't need to be ever so long. That will do. Ran out of train stations as well. I only bought the 20 of them. Okay, from there, these ones, let's get rid of these extra rails. And over here as well, don't need that, or that, or that, or that one. Okay, these ones will go into the Omni stations. So let's have that. Let's curve up, and this way. Now, an Omni station, what will that look like? Let me just pinch one of these so I've got something to aim with, so to speak. Okay, these will have outputs. I'm going to have 3 trains, I've decided. So 1 engine, 3 wagons. These will unload directly into active provider chests. With some lights. Okay, so I ran out of stuff. I kind of expected that to happen. But do I still have rails on me? Or have I run? I've got 36 rails. Okay. So that will be for iron, copper, stone, coal, not uranium actually. Uranium is going to have a separate station. I'll probably give it 2 stations actually. Let's signal these first. So these want chain signals on this side. Right, so what was I saying? Oh yes, we need a different station for uranium. So let's think. If I have these bottom 3 be suitable for fluid wagons, maybe? Or should I have an entirely separate thing? Let me have a think about this. Okay, so this is what I have come up with for my uranium stations. The front 2 wagons will have uranium ore being collected from the outposts. These bits here are going to supply the train with sulfuric acid. So, yeah, that should be fine. Of course, it all needs power. They all want a way to get out, so let me give them a way to get out. Okay, so they now have a way to get out as well, which is useful for them, I guess. Let me stick in a couple of signals there. Okay, now we want to join up from here, so let's think. I've been humming and hawing about, do I want a station for water? Because technically I do need water on the bus. I suppose if I want to have everything brought in by train, I should. I'll only need the 1 station for it, because we don't need that much water in the grand scheme of things. Usually water only really goes for things like power. That's where lots of water ends up being used up. How shall I do that? Okay, what I'll do, if I'm only going to have 1 train for water, I can say for certainty that I only need... it doesn't need a parking area, basically. Okay. Alright, so let's have these guys make their way out. That guy comes in this way. That one will come in there. This one will come in there. And this is going to lead back to our main line. Okay, so let's give this one some water outy stuff. Okay. Now let's make this pretty. Oh, this does remind me actually. So, we already have a heap of train stations. Now, if we're going to have 2 separate networks, I want a way to basically not confuse them. So what I'm going to do is basically put each one... Can I not put a dot before it? Yeah, that seems to work. Okay, let's do that. Okay, that is all of the currently existing stations now have a dot at the front. I will probably end up changing that off camera, because dot is at the top of the list, and I'm not really going to want to... Whoops. Bus uranium in. plus uranium in. Yeah, I'm not going to want to have to scroll down all the time. But that said, we shouldn't need too many stations. Okay, so this is going to be water in. I'll differentiate these ones by having capitals. There you go. Let's give that a nice blue colour. I keep doing that. Water in. Colour. Blue. Okay. These ones are going to be uranium parking. And these are going to be fueling stations. So these want to be green. Copy, copy. Yeah, that one's a fueling station as well. These ones are just going to be parking, and these will be fueling stations. What colour should we give these? Maybe like a purple? Yeah. Okay, they are all going to be parking. Okay, these ones, let's give them the same purple colour. No, in fact, let's give them a yellow colour. These ones are going to be Omni in. Okay, and these ones are going to be uranium in. Again with our green colour. And that is our train station. It is missing trains. It is also missing a logistics network at the moment. So let's do that bit next. Oh, also they need a way out. So let's give them a way out. That should do the job nicely. Should being the operative word. Okay, so let's get finished up here. We need another 16 of these. Let's pump that back down to just one stack. We want some train. Okay, trains. I put the trains in the car because, you know, that makes perfect sense. I did not bring enough trains. Let's also put a stack of them. We need another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trains. Excellent. Okay, now these are all fueling stations as well. That means we want... Okay, one like that, plus one like that. This will request... I'm going to start by requesting coal. Just 50, just a stack. As soon as we actually make it though, I will be changing that to instead request nuclear fuel, so we have our trains going nice and fast. Okay, let's power this up. Okay, so that's all connected to each other power-wise. Now let's... okay, I plan to have this new base generating its own power long-term, but just to sort of help with the flashing, let's hook it up just to the main base. We'll disconnect that later on. We can get rid of that now. Okay, let's see what else we can do to help stop the flashing. Let's go and get some logistics stuff. Okay, so we want to put down these fellows. They won't quite fit in there, that's could actually be a potential problem. So they're not going to fit in there. How are we going to make sure that the train stops? I'll fit in on that side, so that'll get the stations, but the parking areas won't get fueled. Okay, different plan for the fueling of the parking areas. In the meantime though, I shall do that. And let's see, put a couple in there as well. Okay, let's just throw in those logistic spots. And for these guys, what we'll do instead... Okay, so it's not very pretty, but this is what I have come up with. This bit here. If I copy that there, there, and so on, that way all I have to do is just feed in the fuel at the top, and it will work its way down. One of them there. That can just go down straight into that one, actually. And then what I'll do, I will have 2 requester chests, which both need power, and both request, again I'll change it later, but they'll both request 200 coal. Okay, now I'm standing in the network. There's only the 100 bots in here so far. I will increase that. That should start fueling those trains. Okay, it's a little bit more flashing gone away. That's good. Let's go and restock on the rest of the things we need. Okay, well everything has stopped flashing, which is a good sign. That means fuel can at least get to everything. Okay, now this all needs to go somewhere. So rather than have it go straight to the bus, what I'm going to do is have a little buffer area. These are active providers, so they are emptied as quickly as possible so the trains don't back up. But I would like there to be a little bit of a buffer in the way of storage. So, each storage chest can hold it's 4,800. Mind you, that is not ore. Ore only stacks to 50, doesn't it? Let's do a little test. If I come up and grab... where have I got some ore? In fact, I don't need to do that. If I just go to one of these are full chests, so they actually stack to 2.4 thousand. Okay, and I am going to have a very large buffer. I want there to be 1,000,000 of each ore. So I want there to be 1,000,000 iron ore, 1,000,000 copper ore, 1,000,000 coal, 1,000,000 stone, and 1,000,000 uranium. So that is 5 different resources. So I need a little over 2,000 chests. I don't have 2,000 chests on me, but we can get started. So, I'm also going to craft a bunch of red wires. See why in a moment. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now if I hook these up with red wires, in fact, don't even need the red wires. I'll explain why I was thinking red wires in a moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that is 100. $200, $300, $400, $1,000. $2,000. Oh, hurry up. Now I'm going to have to make several trips back and forth to be able to actually fill all that up. 2,000 and let's see, I actually need 2,084 chests to be able to do this. So what I'll do, if I just go, if I pinch another 100 and just stick them on the end. Okay, is that all of the chests? Yes, that's all the chests. Okay. Let's see. Might be able to. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to move it somewhere a little, just a little bit further down. There. Okay, let's let the bots deal with that. Okay, so according to this, I only need about another 700 chests, which doesn't sound at all right. So I think I've broken the alert system there. Nevertheless, let us continue. Where are these guys? I'm going to have a row of these on this side. Ah, yes. Bad. Okay, I've got to be careful because I don't want anything other than raw ore to go in these ones. Okay. Now, let's see if I pinch that. I can copy a few more in. These want power. In fact, slight change of plan. Not much of a change of plan, just a slight one. I am going to just put down a couple of extra chests. I say a couple of 100 extra. Like that. So that'll just give me a little bit of extra room if I need it. Yeah, that seems to work out. Okay, then that is just about everything. Of course, the trains need their schedules and they need somewhere to actually go, but that is something I will get to. Something I have just realised that I have entirely forgotten. I have no way of getting oil in. Bummer. How did I miss that? Okay, I'll put that there. Can I join this up somewhere. Yes, that will join in there. Can I fit another one in? Yes, but it has to be further down. Okay, so it looks like we'll have 2 oil stations. So it took 1 episode before I forgot to do something vital. Okay. Let's have a different waiting area just back here, specifically for oil trains. So the oil trains themselves, they'll get fueled at the stations, so they can stay there, that's fine. We've got a little bit more room at least to sort the fueling situation, which is something, I guess. Okay, so let's make these, let's pinch the same kind of greenish colour that we've got at this one. Okay, and these are going to be called oil in fueling, both of them. Okay, it'll do. Not perfect, but it'll do. Okay, so that is that. Of course, we need a ton more chests and a few more roboports as well, and a heap more robots. That is where we're going to leave it for this episode. Next episode, we'll get to work on actually starting the bus itself. So we'll have a system to unload ore from our little buffer there on the right onto the bus in the right places. So we'll have our... I don't have the spreadsheet up in front of me, but what was it? Like 10 belts of copper, 12 belts of iron, something like that. Then coal, stone, a few extra bits and bobs, fish and wood as well. Then if we've got time next episode, we'll get to work on the outposts. If not, that will be the next episode after that. However, in the meantime, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.